influence. You know, we keep hearing it every day, leadership is influence. What does it mean? If you want to influence somebody, what does it mean? Me, I'll ask you a lot of questions, so just be ready, yes.
The ability to make people do what you want them to do willingly.
Okay. So that goes to the definition given by President Roosevelt of the United States. He says leadership is the ability to get people to do what you want, when you want it, how you want it, because they want to do it. Isn't that what you meant? The fact that they want to do it shows that you have a positive influence on them. Okay? But we're going to use an acronym to show what influence means. We say I is integrity, your ability to show integrity at all times, no matter the situation. So if you want to be a leader that wants to influence people, you must understand that one of your responsibilities is to show integrity at all times. N for us means you should nurture your fellows, your followers. It means you will not only be leading people, you should be able to create other leaders in your system. You must have heard of those who are leaders and those who are in position of leadership. Those who are in position of leadership do not want to create other leaders. They just want people to follow them and carry their bags. But if you're a leader, you have to nurture other followers. Then F stands for you must have faith in your followers. Have you built trust in the system to enable you know what your follower can do and what he cannot do? If you have a system where you may not be able to know what your follower can do, then it means that you have a lot of work to do. Then L means that as a leader you have to be a good listener. You know there are two types of listening. The one that husband and wife that are fighting at home engaging, listening to respond. You just want to hear what the husband or wife is saying so that you have something to respond. You don't want to understand what the guy is saying. You are just waiting for him to talk so that you have something to respond. When he says a foolish man, waiting him to talk self. Then we have another type of listening. Listening to understand. That is the one that is very difficult. Somebody is talking to you and you're pressing your phone. Are you listening to understand? You are just waiting for the guy to finish so that I can say, okay, now no problem. That is why we say that in leadership, a leader is supposed to prime good feeling in his followers. And the only way you can do that is when you're able to listen to what they're telling you. So being a good listener is one of the qualities you need to be a leader. You have an understanding heart. What is the result of having an understanding heart? Empathy. Your ability to put yourself in the shoes of that your follower that you're listening to. The guy tells you, I know it's my responsibility to do this, but this morning my child took ill and I had to take him to the hospital. Are you even listening to what he's saying? What you're interested is that he did not come to work. Whether the child is dying or not is not your problem. Except in cases where the person's child gets ill every day. You know, some people, they have those kind of excuses. Sometimes when they keep giving you excuses, you even tell them sorry for not doing what you send them to do. We're not talking of those people. We're talking of genuine people who have the zeal to work. Then we say E, have emotional intelligence. What do we mean by emotional intelligence? Your ability to understand yourself, understand the person you're dealing with, and using the understanding of both two persons to be able to create a good working relationship with the person. So it means that you have to be aware of yourself, you have to be able to manage yourself, you need to have social awareness, and then you need to have the ability to create an effective relationship. Once you do that, we say you are emotionally intelligent. Your IQ can give you a job But what will promote you on the job is your emotional intelligence. Okay? Knowing how to work with other people. Not for you to come and say, if it's not me, my guy cannot write anything. They will sack you and bring another person who does not even know anything, and the work will continue. Am I making sense? So if you go to the office and you think your shoulder is reaching the roof, they will sack you and you go and play draft in the village. Navigate N means navigate your followers through problem, priming your people. What do we mean by navigating your followers through problems? They come to you and tell you that they have a problem, and you ask them, are you the first person to have a problem? What do you think the person will feel like? He will feel that there is no use coming to you at all. If you have nothing to do for the person, just tell the person that don't worry, it will be fine. In fact, if you are religious, you can even pray with the person. The person goes away having a feeling, a good feeling that my Oga understands my situation. It's just that he doesn't have anything to give me. But at least he prayed with me. Okay? Then, C, have effective communication skills. You just finished talking to somebody and you just left and the person is asking his colleague, please, what did she say? Does it not happen? Somebody gets up in a meeting and speaks for 20 minutes and sits down, and people will be asking, what was he even saying? When you say something and the person around you is not able to decode it to understand, then you say nothing. Sometimes it's better not to say anything. Let's just assume that that's what you will be thinking, instead of you to stand up and confirm that you don't know what you want to say. So let's be able to reach out to people, let people understand what we mean if we want to influence them. Then be exemplary. Do as I do, not do as I say. Some of us are parents here, isn't it? Some who have grown-up children, some have very young children. Some of us are aspiring to have children. And you tell your children, please let us know where you're going anytime you're going out, so that in case of anything we can trace you. But you are going out, your wife does not even know where you're going to. And she will ask you, where are you going to? You say, how is it your problem? Are you not the person telling me where I'm going to? Your children are hearing you. You are showing them example. So one day your son will ask you, Daddy, why are you always asking me to tell you where you're going to when we don't know where you go to? Would you want that kind of example?
No.
So it will be very bad for you if you don't live a exemplary life. So that is the acronym. Once you're able to do all this, then you can actually exercise influence on the people that are following you. Then let us look at another thing that is important. You must have heard it within this period. We are talking about the 3 brains of a leader. We are talking about leadership now, before we go into organization. The 3 brains of a leader. What are the 3 brains that a leader must have? Leadership requires the head, the heart, and the guts. So you must be able to have conceptual skills, ability to articulate issues, ability to understand complex phenomena, ability to understand what people are trying to do or what they are trying to say. Sometimes they say there is power in the unwritten words or unspoken words. Somebody is talking to you and you're watching the person's body language. You're able to decipher what the person is actually telling you. He may be telling you thank you. Meanwhile, his body language is telling you that you're stupid. As a leader, your head is supposed to be up to that. Then the leader also has what we call the heart, the ability to understand what people are doing, the people you work with, and how to develop those people. Trying as much as you can to understand people you work with is when you're dealing with your heart. How to be compassionate, how to make people feel wanted in an environment. Sometimes you think that the only way you can be a boss is to coerce the people that are working with you. It may not be right all the time. But the third part of it is also very important. The guts. Your ability to say no. Your ability to sack a pregnant woman who stole in your office. People come and tell you, okay, but she's pregnant now. How? She will suffer too much. Oh. If you don't sack that pregnant woman, another man that is not pregnant will do what she did. So your ability to have the guts to take that decision, no matter whose ox is gone, is what stands you aside as a leader. Hello? So all these require organization, establishing the structure and jobs necessary to achieve those goals. So if you're a leader and you're running an organization, you need to have a structure. Because for you to understand whose responsibilities it is to carry out performances or jobs, you need to have a structure. Okay? And when you have this structure, it will enable you to perform some of the functions. So what are the things that a leader requires to actually put his organization in order? Because we're looking at leadership and what? Organization. So one of the first tools you require as a leader in your organization is performance planning. What do you mean by performance planning? I also want to describe it for me as if I'm 6 years old. How many of us went to school here? So nobody went to school here. I'm serious. So, at least some people went to school here. When you enter primary 1, what do you have in mind? But when you enter year 1 in university, what do you have in mind? That means you didn't even know why you took jams.
So of course, we didn't get you.
I'm not talking of those they fill down form for. I'm talking of those who fill the form themselves. When you fill the form, what do you have in mind? Don't go to university now. How much one is honest, madam?
No, it's different opinion from this. When I went to primary school, I was just excited that